What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to give you a review / comparison between the USD Sway 60s and the Razer Cult Copper V2. Alright, so I chose these two skates as when I bought them, they were both $200, as well as they're both the skates that I own. So, the first skate that I got, which I actually did a review on, is the Razer Cult Copper V2, and that is an awesome skate, but I did mention that I didn't like the liner, as well as, also my dog is going to be running around, so if you hear a little chain, that's my dog. I mentioned that the mount for the frame spins easily, which is super annoying. But yeah, so I mentioned those two things as complaints on the skates, as well as the wheels that come stock with the skate I didn't like. So comparison wise, the mount for the frame is built into the boot or the sole plate or something, I don't know, but you don't see it and it doesn't spin on the USD Sway. As well as the liner is pretty good. Now, I'm new to aggressive inline skating and I haven't tried any of the newer, fancier, more expensive liners, but with the stock USD Sway liner, my mind thinks, why would I need to try one? It's just good. Basically, it's comfortable, it doesn't itch, it doesn't scratch my leg, and there's a, sorry, I got the hiccups now. There's a neoprene, which is like a stretchy material by the toe box, which makes your toes feel comfortable and you don't feel squished in the toe box, which is good. Now, as far as the boot goes and the things that this has in comparison to the Razer's Cult, the sole plate is wider, which is nice for the USD Sway. That gives me a lot of confidence when it comes to locking into grinds. However, it does now, but when I started with it, it didn't slide as fast as the Razer's Cult plastic does. For some reason, the Razer's Cult plastic, though the sole plate is thinner, or yeah, just more narrow, it seems to slide really, really fast, which is one thing that I definitely think is awesome about the Razer's Cult. Now, after much wear, the sole plate slides just like the other one does, and it slides great. The only thing I don't, now they did fix this, and the new USD Sway sole plate, my dog was about to turn off the camera, so that's why I said. Anyway, the sole plate doesn't come over to the end of the toe box, which I think doesn't look super aesthetically pleasing, and the Razer Cult does. But they did fix that, so all you have to do is buy a new, the V2 sole plate for the USD Sway. And as for the frames that come with the frame, that come with the skate, I can't talk, guys. So the Razer's Cult comes with the Ground Control Featherlight 3 frame, which is an anti-rocker frame, and then the USD Sway 60s come with a Kaiser Fluid 5, which I haven't put a lot of time into, and that is a flat frame. So anti-rocker, small wheels in the center, big wheels on the outside, flat, essentially same size wheels all across. That being said, when it comes to riding flat, you tend to have less room for a big H block. I'm using the Kaiser Element 260s, and I think that H block is perfect, but this is a plastic frame, and the H block is tall, deep, and narrow, so there's really no room for air. What I found is I got real comfortable riding on the anti-rockers, and I like to kind of spread my feet out like this. Whereas this is a very distinct groove, and you kind of have to stick to how it wants you to land. And while yes, it does protect you from wheel bite if you land in that exact area, it's harder to land in a smaller area than it is to land in a bigger area. And a lot of that is skill, but I'm also using a metal frame, and that has a bigger H block. So basically, I'm just saying I didn't like the H block on the Kaiser Fluid 5, but I did like it on this frame that I upgraded to, and I did like it on the anti-rocker frame. However, I have seen a video that I'm really wanting to try out. Basically, they took 55mm wheels, put it here, 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 and here, and basically smaller wheels, a little more wheel bite protection. Now, as far as, like I said, the wheel bite protection is great. It's just you have to land very specifically. So I'm thinking use smaller wheels and maybe groove it out a little bit, wear it in, and maybe I'll like it. I also really liked that this frame in itself has a lot of power transfer compared to the anti-rocker ground control Featherlight 3s. Basically, the plastic just felt a little bit softer on this, and the plastic feels really sturdy on this. Now, this also was like a pain in the butt to put the wheels in and out of, but power transfer is good. And I'm sure you can also ride it anti-rocker, but I'm pretty sure it's meant to be ridden this way. So that's what the frames are. Now, as far as the wheels go, I am still using the stock the stock wheels that came with the USD sways on my Element 60s, and they're still doing great. However, the stock wheels that came with the Razor's Colt were absolute garbage. They wore down within 3 sessions, and the bearings sucked. Whereas the bearings in this, not too bad. They actually go pretty fast. Yeah, so I'm into that. So as far as a comparison on which one should you buy, I think quality for purchase of the same price, so $200. My dog's about to knock over the camera. Don't do it. All right, back. Okay. So as far as like quality for purchase, I think you should go with the USD sways as opposed to the Razor's Colt. The Razor's Colt is not a bad boot. It just needs a little bit of upgrades, like different wheels. I like the frame. I just think different wheels, different bearings would do a lot, and then as well as a different liner. I am not a fan of the fact that the mount for the bolt spins, thus making it really hard to attach your boot, but I think that might not be a worldwide problem. I think that was just a me problem. So I can't really hold that against them too much. I just think that one was cheap. Yeah, I didn't like that. But if you want to put the money in to upgrade the boot, totally good boot. That's awesome. Good choice. But if you want a awesome, ready to roll, and you likely won't have to customize it very soon at all, USD Sway 60s, I think, are the best purchase for a price at $200 each. Also, the price might have changed, but when I bought them, $200. That was it. And that's going to be it for this comparison. And yeah, as always, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in another video. Bye.